Y'all ready for this?
Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, so I was wondering if Hate Losing might have taken that spot there, but okay, this is going to be interesting now because the pot is getting pretty high in accordance to Jersey Time stack. So let's see the line Ashley takes here. Okay, wow, and then Jersey Time
Wow.
calls it off real fast. Now,
Yeah.
see, I think that's a classic example of just knowing the player dynamics, and Jersey Time, yes, did check on that turn, but now that's not the first time that Ashley has let out on that river like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like a reverse timing tell. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, I do. I think Jersey Time, played that well because I also like to check a lot of turns when I'm semi-strong, assuming my opponent is their only play is to bluff in front on the river.
Right. Right. And in actuality, I'm not too big a fan of what Ashley did on the river because you do have ace high, you do have some showdown values. Just check it back and see what happens because not really any hand's gonna fold to your bet. I don't think. And the only hand that can call you is gonna beat you. So I'd rather just check back that river. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. That's a good line to take as well. Considering, though, the lines that Ashley has been taking, some aggressive ones, then, it's I guess it's been working for them. So, maybe they thought they could have folded Jersey Time. Maybe they put Jersey Time on a draw. With poker, that's the great thing about it is there's so many different ways to look and think about things that, it's like a chess game. You just got to figure out your opponent's move and ultimately what they're thinking.
Yeah. And with that being said, Jerry trying to fold the button. Do you like that fold on the button, despite regardless of what he has?
I'm not sure. To be honest, I didn't see it.
Well, no, he just folded the button pre-flop, and just right now, just actually as we speak, this hand going down.
This is a
But
big hand here. Wow.
I'm a little shocked that Hate Losing didn't just get it in on the flop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially with the queen there now. That's tough there. Considering how much they had invested in that pot, that's a tough hand to fold there. And again, considering Ashley's aggression factor, Jersey Time had changed their game up and caught Ashley on the river. But now, Hate Losing, you really have to. You have too much invested there. You got to pick a spot because now you're crippled, and now you're going to be getting called with a wide range of hands when you get it all in.
yeah, and not only that, but you got okay.
And then look at that, Ashley taking another very aggressive line, and Jersey Time had the flush there. So it's going to be actually now it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Jersey Time's come back now because we were just talking about that a minute ago.
Right, right. Now, I think actually should. I'm all for aggressiveness. In fact, a big part of my game is aggressiveness. I think it's one of the better ways to play poker. You got to be aggressive, but as all people know, you should actually learn how to switch gears too. It seems like Ashley doesn't know how to do that. It seems like she's always on fifth gear. What do you think?
Yeah, it seems like they've been taking the aggressive line most of the game. So, I'm not surprised, but I definitely think what you said is a big piece here is I think it's probably about time to change gears. And then now it looks like Jersey Time is really stepping it up, just like what you had said before. Have people feel more compelled once they have a chip stack.
Right.
So let's see what goes on here. Okay. This is going to be very interesting now. I'm excited to see who our last three are and how they really battle it out. I think once we get down to three, that things are really going to move along a bit, considering VZ money, the image they have at the table is pretty tight, and now Jersey Time and Ashley fairly aggressive. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah. So we got a tag. We got a tag, two lags, and a rock. What do you think?
Yeah, those are all just different player types, guys. So it's loose aggressive, tight aggressive, all different. Depends on how familiar you are with the game and how much you've researched it. There's all ways to speak the poker language, so to
Yeah.
say.
Poker speak. Yeah, of sorts. So we got Hate Losing shoving here. Jersey has to call with any two.
Oh wow.
Okay, good game.
Oh, not
Hate.
yet.
Wait.
Okay,
Okay.
almost,
You gotta
almost.
wait for it. Yeah, almost.
Good game, Hate Losing though.
Yeah. That's the problem. When you're short stuff like that, they're gonna call you with any two. And granted, Jersey Time had ace nine suited, but he could have called with anything there, and be okay with it.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
So, what do you think now is going to happen? We're down to three-handed, and how does it look out? How is the rest of the tournament going to pan out? What do you think?
I think that it's going to be very interesting. To be honest, Ashley is, I'm sure, feels like they're under duress. They're going to be playing a lot of hands, playing aggressive, trying to double up. And then I think if things were to play out right now, I do think that Jersey Time's aggression is going to overtake VZ Money's stack. We'll see here.
Wow.
Okay, so not, all right, needs a 10 and does not get there. Okay, so now things are getting a little bit more competitive, but I still think Ashley is going to continue to take the same line, play a lot of pots, be aggressive,
Hmm.
and I think Jersey Time is going to continue as well. So I think if VZ Money sits on their chips, they're almost guaranteed to get into heads up with the way these two are bashing heads right now.
Exactly. Now, quick question: do you agree with that king queen limp on the button there with Ashley?
It's very situational. I don't know that I agree with it being short stacked there. Again, the only reason that that would be warranted, in a sense, is if they were looking to check raise all in. Which again, it looks weak, and I think based on the way the play has been going, that they wouldn't do that with a hand like aces or kings, to where you can get paid off on a big hand. I think they were playing fast and again, decided to take the aggressive line and got lucky that Jersey Time had called with a less of a hand.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I would like to see more money in the middle, uh, going into the flop if I'm Ashley. So
Yeah. Do you think then you would favor raising in Ashley's position, raising there?
maybe it depends. Again, like we say, it's very situational and player dynamics. We do know that Jersey Time was a pretty aggressive player, but I don't like basically limping to the whole idea that you're going to get a lot of calls and completes, and so you're going to see a three-way flop with a pretty strong hand, but you don't want to see it three-handed. You want to see it two-handed, or
Right.
heads up rather. So I'm borderline figuring out whether I'd either shove or raise pretty big in terms of committing my chips. So
Right.
either one of those would have been okay.
We got a nice pot developing here. There was a couple of re-raises on the turn, and then VZ basically bet 20% of Jersey Time stack, which would have been nice for him to shove over, but he did not. So here goes VZ Money again, creating a little more separation.
Yeah, yeah.
So I imagine at this point we're expecting a bet from Ashley of some sort.
Yeah, yeah, and nice little trap there.
Aces, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow. Even sicker turn. And
Yeah,
and what's funny there is the way they played aces. We were just talking about aces there. They
yeah.
did that min raise, and Jersey Time came along and got lucky. You got to get lucky sometimes.
You do, and I think Jersey Time thought that he was good on the flop to be, in the way he was playing it. He thought that he had the hand.
Probably.
Um, yeah, and but I'm not a big fan of what Ashley did with those aces. I think you gotta get really aggressive with it pre-flop and get it in on the flop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely a tough spot, and that time right there, they almost got paid off. They got real unlucky, but again, the great thing about poker is there's no real right decision, so to say.
right, right, correct.
There's many different ways you could play it. So, they decided to take that line, but just like as most of you know, there's a certain risk and reward with each different play that you choose.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, I think for the most part, for the record, rather, everybody here are competent players, so we're not
Yeah.
taking anything away from them.
Oh, of course, of course. Now, did you see a Jersey Time just shove their King Six at Ashley? What do you think of that? Considering Ashley's stack was about 20K before this, about 10 big blinds.
I don't. I like that a lot. I like shoving there because you can put Ashley to the test, and you're not going to hate it if you lose. You would probably hate it, but in a sense, you want to take the aggressive line. That's what I'm trying to say, and you want to
Right,
put the pressure to the other person,
right.
especially if they're 10 big blinds or less. Yeah.
So now
Now,
we're kind of back to where we were before. Jersey Time in second, VZ in first, and now Ashley needing to build their stack.
yeah, Ashley's looking all right about 18 bigs, 19 bigs, so she's not in like dire straits per se, but definitely wants to be keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak.
So who do you think is going to? You think that Ashley is going to continue to take the same aggressive line
Yeah,
this
just
tournament?
because I think actually just favors high gear. That's the kind of player she is, and that's fine. But if I were to be in Ashley's situation or shoes, I'd try to switch it up a little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah, but in so much as who's going to go to the final two, it looks like VZ for sure will be going, and it's kind of a coin flip to figure out who is going to go join him. So it could be
Right.
Jersey or Ashley. Yeah.
And look at that, we have to give Ashley credit on that one. I think they changed gears and know that they've been bluffing out in front like that. And, I would have assumed, they could have very well just been bluffing there, but they had played that ace differently and, they got paid off on it. So I think what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I almost feel kind of paranoid because we're not broadcasting this, and it seems like she's listening to our conversations. But yeah, this is not broadcasted yet, guys. We're watching it live, but we're going to be putting up the video probably in the next couple of days. So
Yeah,
if you guys are wondering if there's anything going on, there's nothing going on. It seems like actually just switching gears at the right moment.
right, right. So that's good to see that these three are getting creative and, a lot more out there to win now. And the jumps, it's 31st, 24, second, and then I believe it's 10 for our last or our third place. Yeah. So basically, you're doubling your money each time you go up from here. So everyone's
Right.
playing well, and I think they're probably all conscious of that.
It would be neat if we can somehow in the future we can do we can get the whole cards of the players. That'd be kind of neat. Not for this broadcast, but probably in the near future and figure something out. We can
Hmm.
actually get something going there,
Yeah, that would be very cool.
a la World Series of Poker kind of deal. We would watch it with the whole cards and commentate that way. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well, BZ's definitely showing what he got and not afraid to show it.
Right. I think VZ is trying to deter both of these aggressive players from playing back at them.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. Just kind of say, hey, when I bet, I have it, and just be careful, kind of deal. Yeah,
Right. Now, do you think that could also be something that they could use to their advantage and be deceptive with, later on to set up a bluff?
could be, but usually with aggressive players, trying to bluff isn't really going to work. Just like with calling station, trying to bluff calling station isn't really going to work.
Hmm.
Because aggressive players, generally speaking, are kind of not paranoid players, but they're kind of like doubting players. They don't necessarily believe that you have what you have.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, but yeah, that could work at certain times. Yeah, definitely.
Let's see if they utilize it and then show a bluff, because we know
Yeah.
Jersey Time's more than capable of what they're doing, showing bluffs.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think Ashley and Jersey Time both in that same line of thought there.
Yeah, I definitely think though if Ashley or Jersey Time end up taking one another out, that VZ is going to really have to step their game up and be a little more aggressive.
And actually, I wouldn't be surprised to see VZ really switch it up. It looks like VZ taking the low approach to a low variance approach to it, and that's perfectly fine when you have two aggressive players at the table.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see VZ really take charge heads up.
Sorry, I was outside with the dog.
I agree.
Yeah,
I was outside with the dog.
Hang on one second.
sure.
I'm gonna be right back, guys.
Okay. As we can see, we have Jersey Time betting out and actually folding. Definitely good to be betting out, but that flop was kind of dangerous, so we don't know what actually happened, but definitely didn't want to see a turn. We get a quick shot by Ashley on the 8-3-3 board, very innocuous board. Probably thinks that Jersey Time doesn't have it, so it's a good bet because you know that Jersey Time probably will fold most of the time, but at the same time, Jersey will call you when you have something, so gotta be careful with that. Quick bet call by Jersey Time and Ashley. Check on the turn. Check on the river, and I think Ashley should bet out here. and she does. Call. All right, guys, we're on break here. I'm going to pause the broadcast, and we'll be back shortly. But as you can see, Jersey Time, Ashley, and Breezy Money are in.
I just
second
came
and
back.
third.
I saw that. I know you're talking about it, but how about that? Isn't that classic there?
Yeah,
Another lead.
you know, it's funny too because it was just me talking, so I didn't have time to pause. But I was going to say Ashley's going to bet here because she's probably bluffing, and Jersey Time might call
I think
because
this is
yeah,
very funny though. A, because Ashley decided to not change gears this time and has been doing something. They've been taking that line, but then also now Jersey Time just calling with ace high. That's a good call considering they know how Ashley's been playing.
correct, yeah, and that's definitely awareness that you have to have with different player types. So if you know that Ashley's going to fire when you check the turn a lot on the river, and you have some sort of showdown, which he does with ace high. Definitely good tool to use. Yeah.
Yep. So we got a 3-minute break here, and we'll be back and see the rest of this action.
Okay, thanks guys for watching. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. We're back from break, and we got a blind versus blind situation. What do you think, John?
Wow. I think wow.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
thought Ashley was going to get there. So first hand back from break, we have an inflated pot pre-flop. There was a raise, flat, and then Jersey Time leads out, and Ashley decides to just shove, to push them off the hand. But unfortunately, Jersey Time had a big hand. And now we have our final two.
Yep. Congratulations and good game, Ashley.
Good game,
Well
Ashley, definitely, and good sportsmanship by Jersey Time. Now, Focus, what do you think about this heads-up match here? How do you think it's going to go down?
I think it's a classic lag versus tag, and we're going to see some fireworks for sure. But let's see who can switch gears better and who can adapt better. What do you think?
I think you're pretty spot on with that. I think Jersey Time is going to take the aggressive line, and I don't think VZ Money is going to be shoving over the top with much. But as you can just see from that last hand, VZ Money is more than prepared to call Jersey Time's bluffs. So I think that's going to be the element, actually, that if VZ Money can trap Jersey Time enough, they'll be able to win this. But otherwise, if Jersey Time can even catch a hand and then continue to bet like they do, they may get paid off. So it's an interesting dynamic here when you have one spectrum of a poker player versus the exact opposite spectrum, basically.
Yeah, correct. It's going to be definitely exciting to watch. It'd be as exciting if it was two of the same player types, like a tag versus tag or a lag versus lag.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if we had two real type players, though, we might be in for a real long session.
Yeah, we'd be in for a snoozer. Yeah. Yeah,
but I think this will go semi-fast.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think about the timing that these guys are showing? Quick bets, quick call, quick raises. What do you think about that?
I think it's been about 4.5 hours running. I bet both of them are probably mentally exhausted to an extent. So I think we're going to see some loose calls by VZ and some definite aggressive lines by Jersey Time. Now, see, this looks like a bluff to me. Yep. And VZ calls it out. I mean, if you look at the sizing there, Jersey Time had bet an amount, a third of the pot, but also left themselves with enough to still play. To me, sometimes that's a tell.
Right, exactly. And some people are not aware of that, actually. And that's true. Good observation there, John, in that regard.
Now, what do you think about VZ Money's line here? Not raising, just calling like we had just discussed?
Right. He's playing Jersey Time's tendencies against himself. So I think that's perfectly fine for VZ to do that. I think that Jersey Time needs to realize that and really adopt a strategy to counter that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking Jersey Time is definitely going to need to switch gears here, and unfortunately it may take longer to get the results they're wanting, but if VZ Money's hitting hands, I think when Jersey Time is checking, they should be more aware of that they're not going to be able to bluff them. They've been trying to bluff too much.
Right, exactly.
So where Jersey Time is going to pay off is if they had a big hand there, now they need to value bet their big hands in order to get back to it and get VZ to call with a less of a hand.
Yeah. So when you're typically heads up, what's your train of thoughts?
In one sentence, pressure busts pipes. And if I'm heads up, I'm playing real aggressive. If I have VZ money stack, I'm raising every pot just about pre-flop and putting Jersey time to a decision, and I'm gonna force someone to make a mistake, basically.
Exactly. I agree with you 100% on that. You have to. I mean, if you're gonna use aggressiveness, if you're only gonna use it in one stage, you definitely got to use it heads up. I think that's something that has to be paramount to players. Be aggressive heads up is key to winning tournaments.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think, considering the way Heads Up has gone so far, that Jersey Time is going to be able to get VZ money to call a big all-in, or do you think they're going to have to keep picking off small pots like they are now?
I think it might have to end up with a cooler situation scenario where one had the hand, another person has the hand, and they both get it in. But I'd also be, if I'm judging time, I'd also be aware that VZ Money knows my style, and I have to accommodate that, or
Right,
I have to counter that rather.
right.
Yeah. So yeah, VZ is folding a lot, but at the same time, VZ understands Jersey Time's playing style. So
hmm
yeah, yeah.
So you
But
could,
I agree. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you could see again, VZ Money just called ace high, Jersey Time was bluffing, so,
Yeah. It almost, well, VZ would kind of Jersey Time was kind of bluffing with the best hand. He was trying to get value with the best hand. Looks like he had ace high. Typically speaking, I would definitely be calling it down with ace high on a very innocuous board, but it just depends on the whole scenario in itself.
right, right, I agree.
So it looks like everybody's kind of giving way to the other person, except here we got a min raise and flat by Josie, and they bet and take it down by VZ, and VZ should be doing that a lot. I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think they should be continuation betting every flop, which is, betting because they've raised and protecting your pot. Jersey Time, I think, I think VZ Money's got such a chip advantage that should be their greatest strength against Jersey Time, and not letting Jersey Time, I think Jersey Time's really set up a lot of things for VZ Money to exploit here.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
But
And go ahead.
you're probably right, though. I think it's going to come down to a cooler situation where VZ Money has just a one-up hand on Jersey Time.
Right, right. Although we can't discount the aggressiveness of Jersey Time, it looks like Jersey Time really wants to take some chips away from VZ and not afraid to throw some chips around. So
Right.
we got to take that in consideration as well.
So what do you think for Jersey Time right now, being down about, what is that, 2.5 to 1 almost? What do you think the best strategy for them is going to be?
Given the fact that VZ knows my style, I just got to be very careful. I would be utilizing position more. I wouldn't be calling out of position against VZ's raise, but I'll be observant that VZ is min raising a lot of buttons. Sometimes he limps buttons, but I'd kind of figure out what exactly he's doing that with, kind of come out of range of sorts, and then play
Yeah.
accordingly. Yeah, yeah,
So a lot of min raising here, which is good. It seems like both of them are trying to apply a certain degree of pressure.
right.
There's a big hand, and as you can see, Jersey Time is min raising with the top end and the bottom end of his cards, the real good ones and the real bad ones.
You should be doing that. I think you should be keeping it consistent. If you're gonna 3x it, you gotta keep it consistent with your ranges. If you don't, then you're gonna be really easy to read. So.
Right, right. I agree with you on that one too.
King high here, king high there on that board is usually the best hand. A lot of the time there
hmm
with ace queen 6 6 9 hand, I think it was.
Now this is really going to be a time where I think it's going to be a turning point. Jersey Time is either going to get a big hand here or they're going to go down. So it's going to be very interesting to see how VZ Money handles this.
You put a heart on BZ? No, there's a 9.
Value bet the 9 and was ahead.
Wow.
I'm interested what Jersey Time had there. They must have had a pair of 7s on the river, maybe 7-8 or something like that.
Yeah, and that's I think really honestly I wouldn't be calling that river. Well, they had pot odds to do so. It looks like, but if you can't beat that 9 it was, then what are you beating?
Yeah, I'm real curious to know what Jersey had there.
Especially with four hearts out there, So
I think VZ's got a big hand here. This is the longest time they've paused. Online, I'm off there, but online I have found a lot of the time that there are a lot of timing tells with the other players that you can really catch on to if you just pay attention.
right, exactly.
Have you noticed a lot of that throughout, your experience?
Yeah, quick bets mean quick calls and quick bets usually mean draws, or semi weak strong hand, not really strong but not really weak, or
Hmm.
they want to see showdown. Pauses indicate a really strong hand. They're not sure what they want to do with it, how to bet it, and so forth, so on.
Right, right. I
Um,
agree with that for sure.
yeah, so yeah, definitely is prevalent online is timing tells.
So do you think then you could justify, I know a lot of players, I've seen it, I've heard it a lot, say that there's no way you can get tells online and you need to play live to get tells. What are your thoughts on online tells?
I totally I think that's off base. There's a lot of tells online, and that are applicable to live. Pausing tells, timing tells are applicable on live and online. So if a player is pausing and thinking about it live, he might have a big hand. He's not sure what he wants to do with it. Same thing with online. Conversely, if he's betting patterns, like if he bets a certain amount every time or raises a certain amount every time, that's a tell too, right? And that can carry on to live play as well. So there's a parallel to both ways.
I agree, I agree. And interesting there. I'm not sure the line or why they would want to shove that 8-3 there and then show. Maybe they're hoping to get it to open up VZ money a little bit. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, maybe. It seems like Jersey Time is really saying, hey, you know what? I'm here to flip with you. If you want to flip, kind of deal. I'm here to gamble, kind of thing. Almost, it seems like.
Yeah, we'll
Uh,
see if it pays off for them.
yeah, yeah. We'll find out if it's still time in Jersey. We'll see. Or will VZ money make it easy money, huh? We'll see. Third pot bet on the flop. Quick call on the turn. Wow. Now, timing tells. VZ money, definitely the timing tell there, right? Quick min bets each street. What do you think?
Right, right. I
Yeah.
think that's, they're trying to make it look more aggressive because it's fast, but fast doesn't represent aggressive in most cases, especially to more experienced poker players.
Yeah. Yeah. They're trying to create the illusion of being scary, and yeah. And if you have a showdown hand and somebody's min betting, you can easily call that down all streets, basically.
Yeah, I agree. I think they could play that different because now, see, when they are betting some hands, well, we will see here now because they did check and they bet half pot, so they represented a hand, but must have missed. Maybe they had a flush draw or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Spades, maybe. Yeah.
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 So now it's funny. I think that we had reached that turning point that I was talking about. Jersey Time is down to 60K. They've almost doubled up now, so it's going to be a lot tougher for VZ to play here, I think, when Jersey's got some chips.
Right. You know, it really shows how critical it is when you have the lead heads up to really apply that pressure. Because if you allow your opponent to catch up, then the pressure becomes equalized, or it might even turn against you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Jersey Time has pretty much doubled up and has almost made the stacks even. What are your thoughts on what's going to happen moving forward here?
It just looks like it's survival of the fittest, and in this situation, Jersey Time is showing that he wants to survive, and VZ is content on just waiting for some hands or a cooler scenario. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jersey pull it off. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair to say, and it's gonna be exciting. It's anyone's game at this point. Jersey Time's fought back. VZ Money is playing their game. They've basically been around this 150K stack the whole tournament, outside of when they had just peaked at about 200K. So it really can go either way, and I think we're overdue for what you had mentioned as a cooler hand. Which will you explain to some of our listeners what exactly you would describe, or what is a cooler hand?
A cooling hand basically, let's say VZ has aces on the button and Jersey has kings, and pretty much they're going to get the money in the middle, and it just plays itself out. There's nothing you can do to avoid that. It's just a hand that basically takes care of itself.
Right.
There's nothing you can really avoid. You can't really fold kings pre-flop, and if you have aces, you can't really fold that either. So you're going to get it in the middle, no matter what.
Right. So basically, two big hands where one is just slightly better. It's heads up. You don't expect it, and something like that.
Yeah, essentially that. Yeah. And just for the listeners that are watching, just to let you guys know, we do have a heads-up video coming off soon in the near future. I'm trying to get some hole cards situated so we can see the heads-up tournament that Big Stock and yours truly Focused Motion played out. Fun little tournament, and it'll be definitely cool to see maybe if Big Stock can commentate with the hole cards we need to watch.
Right. And also there are, for folks interested in getting in on the BetOnDrew festivities, not only is there this FreeRoll monthly, but there's also a couple of leagues that who Focus was just talking about, Big Stock. He has been running, that's listed under the promotions tab of our site. And, if you feel like getting into that, it's real fun. I played it a couple weekends here, and, it's all BetOnDrew guys, so the camaraderie is nice and good structure. So if you're interested in playing, a league online, this is a nice way to go.
Definitely. Good stuff to check out, and definitely, speaking of BetOnDrew, check out the site itself. A lot of good information on the site, and great place to be at for a poker player, obviously. Cause what's the tag for BetOnDrew? What's the motto?
But it's a website run by players for the players. So, always very open-minded to what any of you guys have or you'd like on the site. We've got a Grinder Tunes station there down towards the bottom. You could click that, and a lot of songs that people have requested have been added to a playlist. So while you're playing, you could click on that. It'll come up in a little pop-up, and you can play the tunes, or you can watch some funny videos that we have on the video section. And, there's some tournament tools, things like that. So really just trying to bring everything that people like to view, listen to, read to the site. So you come here, and it's essentially like a home for the poker player, which is the directive. And
Definitely cool, and definitely guys that are listening out there, let your voices be heard. Check out, utilize the forums that we have on BetOnDrew.com, and let us know what you think about the site and what improvements that we can do to make your experience more enjoyable.
Yep, we're here for everyone. We're here to have a good time, have some fun, and hopefully make some money. Playing on the tables.
Yes, definitely.
If we can help everybody make a little bit more money when they're playing, we're happy. That's what we're here for.
Definitely.
Now, during our little rant there, Jersey Time actually took the chip lead. I missed a little bit of it, but did you happen to see how that happened?
It looks like, well, it's just the same MO for Jersey Time, aggressiveness, and it's basically utilizing his aggressiveness and pounding away at the pots. I didn't see anything that really stood out, but just basically Jersey Time using his aggressiveness. Yeah.
Now, what this is going to do is it's going to really force VZ money to come out of their box. They're going to continue to get chipped away at by Jersey Time if they don't switch their gears here and get a little more aggressive.
Yeah, we get quick check back on the river, and wow. So basically, what it looks like, VZ fires at the flop and gives up with not hitting anything.
Right.
Yeah. So if I'm Jersey Time, I want to take a note of that. Definitely.
So let's see how this plays out now. VZ Money is in unfamiliar territory here, but I have noticed they're not afraid to fire that half-pot bet, but then they check weak on the turn. So We'll see. Yeah. Jersey Time's probably onto that. Let's see what happens. This is exciting. Jersey Time's really grinded it out from a down to 2.5 to 1 chip sack, and now we're getting back almost even.
I wonder if it's gonna be one of those epic 5-hour-long or 8-hour-long battles.
we're on pace for it, I think.
It looks like it, yeah. Wow, huge overshove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But hey, that's the line Jersey wants to take, and usually VZ's gonna fold that. I think nearly 99% of the time he's gonna fold that flop, unless he has a
Right.
flop. Yeah,
Exactly.
or a
I
pair.
agree.
Yeah. So the min raise hasn't changed. He did that when he was short, and he's doing that now when he has a chip lead. So I like that.
Yep. And now he's showing everything.
Okay,
Okay.
min
Now
raise.
this is classic. What we were talking about before. Now you see, Jersey Time is applying a lot of pressure.
Right.
Let's see. Oh. So,
Okay.
so now that's probably going to be their best friend, right? Based on what we were talking about earlier, the aggressiveness against this type of player VZ is.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes that could backfire in a big way. Let's see. It could backfire against Jersey, but let's see what happens here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't. I really would have liked to kind of 3-bet or just call that flop. He had such a strong hand, flush draw plus a top pair.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with VZ, he's gonna fold a lot, but just an insane amount of times. You just want to keep adding just keep on letting VZ think he's okay and bet some more.
Right. Right. So now VZ is definitely going to be forced to come out of their shell here, or Jersey Time is going to just blind him to death.
Yeah, it looks like he's really. I would like to say Jersey Time is in his comfort zone. He likes to be the aggressor,
Mm-hmm.
and he likes to keep a pedal to the metal, so to speak.
Right.
So he had the chips to do so, and he has the will to do so. So let's see what happens.
VZ took a familiar line, bet out in front, and then checked the turn weak, and then gave up.
Right, right.
Jersey Time is clearly onto that and exploiting it big time.
Yeah. And now it looks like VZ needs to start shoving pre-flop. What do you think?
Yep, I agree. They've only got one move now. Anything less is just giving away chips.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what we talked about. Once VZ got down, it's tough with the aggression factor that Jersey Time's got, and Jersey Time is exploiting that well. So if they pull off this comeback and win, I think it's well deserved.
Yep. Kudos to either player. Really, they both played very well to make it to the heads-up battle. And yeah, but Jersey Time, definitely kudos to you if you make it at first place. But yeah.
Let's see. Here we go. And okay, so we're gonna get a double up here, unless a miracle happens. That's not part of it.
No, that's not in the script.
Now, do you think Jersey Time's going to slow up?
Nope, I do not think he or she will. We got to be fair. We don't know if it's a she, but
Right.
Yeah, I don't think the player Jersey Time will slow up at all. I think he or she's gonna keep on applying the pressure, and rightfully so, because that's the player makeup, so to speak. So. But I would like to see Jersey mix it up a little bit next time around. I guess that would be my mentality there.
Well, this is classic here. I think Jersey is going to basically steamroll VZ money the rest of the way, and VZ is going to have to get lucky a couple times, I think, here.
And what we'll do, John, to kind of let you know, after the aftermath, after we congratulate the winner, we can kind of go over like a post-game summary. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good. We will give a little brief rundown on the tournament and how things went, and a couple of thoughts.
Yeah, and also kind of like re-summarize the BetOnDrew.com website and this, and the philosophy behind it and so forth.
Cool.
So Jersey Time is still keeping up with the MO, min raising on the button. Now, he'd like the min raise in the big blind. What do you think about that, min raising in the big blind?
At this time in the game, I think Jersey Time could be sitting at a different table and still be raising VZ money somehow, and getting it. So I think now, I think it's effective. It's keeping VZ money down. It's not letting them double up, not giving them any free blinds.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty big hand here. I thought VZ had a big hand there. What do you think on that bet and all that bet size and so forth?
I thought he did change the bet sizing, which was the first time. So maybe they're switching their game up, but it could have been. They could have wanted to represent a big hand there, of course, because it was the first time, and I thought they probably were stronger than what they had done since they folded.
But it's interesting. He keeps things consistent. He half pot bets the streets. What do you think about that? You think that's going to tell in itself?
I think Jersey Time hit their straight here. Let's see. Nope, missed their straight.
Jersey Time really pushes the envelope. Would you say that's correct?
Oh yeah, I mean that's a great. They have a killer instinct. They're going after it. They have VZ money in the danger zone, and they need to just keep going after it. So I can't really hate on what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's a lot of pluses and minuses throughout the whole final table, but for the most part, everybody's playing pretty well. Just a couple tweaks here and there, and yeah. So we get a shove on the button by VZ. That should pretty standard. That's the only move he or she should have, given that stack size.
Okay. And there's the jack. So now Jersey Time is a couple of cards away from the win, and they pull it off.
There we go.
So very nice Jersey Time.
Yep. We're going to comment on that. We'll show the chat there. You can see John wrote, nicely done, Jersey Time and VZ. And I will do that too.
So first BetOnDrew monthly free roll in the bag. We have a winner, Jersey Time.
Right. Jersey Time won. Congratulations to you, sir. You definitely came back from behind and utilized your aggressive nature. And kudos to VZ Money for taking second. It was a tough table. You had aggressive players at your table, and you played it correctly. So great job for all the players at the final table. Oh, we have Ashley there. Thanks, Drew. Yeah, there's a lot of win on this table. Look at this. Thank you, Drew. Thank you. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, but that was definitely an epic heads-up battle. A great final table to watch and film and commentate on. Had a lot of fun with it. It was good. We got to, I think, talk about a few different player types, some different plays. What else can you say about it?
I think for the most part, everybody played pretty straightforward. There's really no deviation from their styles, which is okay, just as long as you're aware of that. I would like to have players switch gears out of next time they play a tournament so that they can be more disguised. But for the most part, I think everybody's playing okay.
Great. Now, I know you didn't get to play in this one, but we will definitely look for you in the next one. What are your thoughts on now how you've seen everything play out, the camaraderie and everything with the free roll?
I think everybody's hip to it. I think everybody enjoys it. Everybody feels that they're a part of something good, and it's exciting to see the players commentate what they did. They thanked everybody that played. They complimented each other. They were very cordial. It was cool. I think it's a good concept. It's a good thing that we should keep running. I think it just kind of also embodies what BetOnDrew.com is all about. It's about the players.
Right. I agree with that. I think that's some good thoughts, and I'm excited. I'm real happy with everyone that played and everything that kind of went down. It was a great day, a lot of fun, and I'm real excited about the next one.
Definitely. Well, guys, thank you guys for watching and listening to our commentary of the final table on the BetOnDrew $100 free roll. And tune in next time to the next free roll final table. Thank you, John. Thank you for commentating.
Thanks, guys. It was a lot of fun, and I will see you all on the site.
Y'all ready for this?